Terrorists! Terrorists! Terror Gaza now! Israel out of 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 Gaza now! Israel out of...
It's happening. Flagrant abuse of the principle of democracy. Israel believes it has the right to use missiles and weapons to decide who is the government of Palestine, and that is absolutely unacceptable. And I just want to say that while it is welcome that Micheál Martin is one of the few foreign ministers that at least condemned this attack and said it should stop. Words are not enough at this stage, given the thousands of Palestinian deaths, given the absolute murderous nature of this attack. We now need more than words from the Irish government. What Israel is doing is every bit as bad and worse as what apartheid South Africa did to its black population. And therefore Israel should be treated in precisely the same way that apartheid South Africa was treated. It should be isolated. It should be boycotted. Diplomatic relations should be broken with Israel. The Israeli ambassador should be expelled from this country. How can we continue? How can we continue to maintain normal relations with a state that is killing innocent people in this way? And the Irish government should raise its voice in the European Union and demand the preferential treatment to Israel is immediately suspended. It is outrageous that against the background of this siege, the European Union has actually upgraded its relations with Israel. How can they do that? It is an affront to human rights, to international law, to any notion of peace and justice. So we must put maximum pressure on the Irish government now to boycott Israel, to isolate Israel, and to raise its voice in Europe in order to ensure that the European Union stops its outrageous preferential treatment of Israel. And very, very lastly, I want to say this. There was great hope in the United States as a result of the election of Barack Obama. And there is no doubt that his election showed the majority of American people want an end to the brutal foreign policy of George Bush. But it is absolutely tragic that Barack Obama is saying nothing now. Not a word of condemnation. It is tragic that before the election, Obama went to the Israeli lobby in the United States and told them that Israeli security was sacrosanct, that he would back Israel to the hilt. I don't believe that's what the majority of American people want. I don't believe that's the majority of people in the world who are delighted to see Obama's election want. We must put pressure internationally on the new US administration to begin to develop a new foreign policy that puts at its heart the idea of justice for the Palestinian people and an end to the imperialist policies of the United States in the Middle East. Free, free Palestine!
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 Israelis have never been interested in peace. They never wanted peace. And this is what the European people and all the people of the world have to understand. The Palestinian peoples are not terrorists. And nobody will be able to convince any person, any innocent person in the world that the Palestinian people, be they from Hamas, be they from Fatah, are terrorists. They are human beings like all of us. They love life, they love peace, they love justice. What we have seen in the last 2 days will have to stop as soon as possible. And every single simple individual with his very little
I believe, and more than 800 wounded. So we don't want to... After experience, they need to kill. They don't recommend Christian or Muslim in Palestine. They think everybody are animal there. That's how they treat them there. Kill Muslim, you go to paradise. This is not attitude. You can sit down and talk about peace with these people. Absolutely disgraceful. Guys, thank you so much again. We will raise our voice together. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
What is going on in Gaza, which has turned out to be a concentration camp? They judge the Israelis today as the babies of the West. No one can talk to them for what happened to them back in 1945. But today they have created a new concentration camp. And the Arabs, them stupid, I'm going to start cursing in here. The Egyptians and the Libyans, the governments here I'm talking about, they are sitting on their chairs watching their brothers in humanity forget that they are Muslims, they are humans by the end of the day.
Palestine, our home. That's what we say to them tomorrow. Please, all of you coming tomorrow at 5 o'clock in front of Israeli Embassy, Balls Bridge, Dublin 4, beside the American Embassy.